Have you ever noticed that some of the battles you're fighting don't even belong to you? Like you woke up swinging at problems that your spirit never signed a contract for? Maybe you're tired, not because life is hard, but because you've been spiritually defending yourself against people, patterns, and past wounds that you inherited, not created. Maybe you were raised to always be on guard, to stay ready, to respond fast, to survive first and breathe later. Maybe your family taught you that being strong meant being silent, being tough meant ignoring your needs, and keeping the peace meant sacrificing your own fire. And here's the bitter truth wrapped in ancestral wisdom. If no one in your bloodline ever had the space to heal, then the fight was passed to you, not because you're cursed, but because you're the one strong enough to end it. This is the real heart of Thanksgiving veneration. Before the holiday existed, humans gathered during this season to honor their warriors, the ancestors who fought, protected, endured, and paved the way. They gave thanks not just for harvest, but for survival. And whether your lineage battled emotional storms, financial hardship, generational conflict, or internal demons, that warrior spirit is in you too. But here's the problem. Many of us inherited the fight, but not the strategy. That's where Mars comes in. Mars is not just aggression, it's alignment. It's not chaos, it's clarity. It's not violence, it's vitality. Mars is the part of you that decides, protects, moves, cuts, charges, and chooses yourself. When Mars is out of balance, you either explode or you shut down. You either fight the wrong people or you protect the wrong things. You either overreact or you underrespond. But when Mars is in alignment, you become unstoppable. Your boundaries sharpen, your confidence solidifies, your actions get decisive, your energy gets clean. Your courage becomes a compass, and your anger becomes information, not destruction. This is day 4 of the Thanksgiving Veneration series. Saturn built the structure, the sun lit the path, the moon tuned your intuition. And today, Mars gives you the courage to walk your destiny with authority. Welcome to Cosmic Veneration for the planet Mars, where your courage awakens. I'm Mystique, your 1111 coach, and around here we believe in perfect health, abundant wealth, perfect self-expression, and relationships that are fair exchanges of love and energy. On this channel, we talk magic, cosmic laws, angels, and tarot. And today, we're activating your sacred fire. Step into the 4th Veneration portal and reclaim the power you were born with.
Where magic meets mindset, where the moon lights the way, manifesting with Mystique, every law's in play. It's align it, believe it, receive it, with Mystique you'll achieve it. Manifesting with Mystique, your cosmic path is clear.
Mars is the part of you that rises when your spirit says, enough, I choose myself now. Mars is your courage. Mars is your boundaries. Mars is the fire in your voice when you finally speak your truth. Mars is the clarity that cuts through confusion. Mars is the energy that moves you forward when everything else tries to hold you back. Mars governs your ability to act, your ability to decide, your ability to protect what matters, your ability to say no without apologizing, your ability to walk away from what drains you, your ability to choose what strengthens you. Mars is not chaos. Mars is clarity in motion. Most people think Mars energy is aggressive, but real Mars energy is focused and clean. It is the sword, not the storm. It is the moment when you stop explaining yourself and start honoring yourself. It is the power that returns to your body when you remember you have a right to defend your peace, your purpose, and your path. Mars is your inner warrior, not the wounded fighter. When Mars is aligned, you don't lash out, you don't shrink back, you move with precision, you act with confidence, and you speak with authority. You protect your energy like it is sacred, because it is. When Mars awakens in you, your hesitation fades, your boundaries strengthen, your confidence rises, and you remember that you were never meant to dim your fire. You were meant to direct it. This is what Mars brings to your life: the courage to be fully yourself and the strength to walk boldly in your destiny. You ever get mad at somebody and then halfway through the argument, you realize they don't even deserve that level of energy from you? That's Mars tapping you on the shoulder saying, relax, you're using a blowtorch on a mosquito. Mars humor shows up in those moments when you want to react, but your higher self steps in like, be serious, this is not your ministry. Or when someone tries to pull you into drama and your spirit goes quiet because you know you're not about to risk your peace for a conversation you didn't even ask for. Mars humor is that sacred pettiness where you recognize the battle but choose not to participate. It's when your soul looks at the situation and says, I don't have the energy, the Wi-Fi, or the emotional storage capacity for this. This is the cosmic reminder that half the fights people invite you into aren't even worth the outfit you would put on to show up. When Mars is healthy, you can laugh at the chaos instead of becoming it. You choose your battles carefully. And the minute you realize the situation is beneath your spiritual pay grade, you let it go and move on with your day. That is Martian humor. That is the warrior's wisdom. And that is your confirmation that not every swing deserves a sword. Anger is not your enemy. Misplaced anger is. Most of the chaos people experience with Mars energy does not come from anger itself, but from not understanding what their anger is trying to tell them. When Mars is unbalanced, you either explode or you shut down. You react too fast or you freeze for too long. You fight the wrong people or you protect the wrong things. You confuse survival mode with soul purpose and you drain yourself fighting battles that do not build you. But when Mars is aligned, everything changes. Your anger becomes information. Your fire becomes fuel. Your instincts become guidance. Your actions become strategy. Your courage becomes a compass. Aligned Mars energy teaches you to be precise, not impulsive. It teaches you to move with intention, not reaction. It teaches you to see clearly, set boundaries firmly, and choose your battles wisely. Martian magic is the art of directing your fire instead of wasting it. It is knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to wait, when to walk away and when to stand your ground, when to charge forward and when to conserve your energy for something greater. Mars teaches you how to cut cords without guilt, how to end cycles without fear, and how to protect your peace without apology. It gives you the strength to say no, the clarity to walk away, and the courage to start what you keep postponing. This is the sacred fire within you. It was never meant to burn you. It was meant to guide you. It was meant to strengthen you. It was meant to remind you that you are allowed to defend your purpose, your path, and your power. That is the essence of Mars. The fire is not to destroy your life. The fire is to illuminate your destiny. Mars energy becomes the most powerful when you use it in simple, everyday decisions. This is where the warrior in you shows up in practical ways. The first question Mars teaches you to ask is this: does this move me forward or does this drain me? Most people exhaust themselves because they keep choosing actions out of habit, obligation, or guilt instead of alignment. Mars cuts through all of that. Healthy Mars energy looks like saying no without apologizing. It looks like taking action on the task you have been avoiding. It looks like finally giving yourself permission to protect your time, your energy, and your peace. It looks like walking away from conversations that always end the same way. It looks like making a bold decision because your spirit said go, even if your fear said wait. It looks like being honest about your own desires instead of shrinking them to keep other people comfortable. Here is a real life example. Imagine you are the one everyone calls when something goes wrong. You feel drained, frustrated, and stretched thin, but you keep saying yes because that is the role everyone expects you to play. Mars teaches you to pause and ask, is this my responsibility or is this just my reflex? And the moment you make a decision that honors your energy instead of depleting it, you reclaim your fire. Mars energy is not always about fighting. Sometimes it is about stepping back. Sometimes it is about setting a boundary. Sometimes it is about ending a cycle. Sometimes it is about choosing the brave thing over the familiar thing. Mars is the reminder that courage is a daily practice. Every choice you make is either strengthening your fire or smothering it. When you choose with clarity and confidence, Mars aligns your path and multiplies your momentum. This is how you use Mars energy in real time. Not through force, but through focused intention. Not through rage, but through rightful action. Not through chaos, but through courage. Bless my fire, O Spirit of courage. Strengthen the places where I have grown weary. Sharpen the places where I have softened too much. Awaken the part of me that remembers who I am. Let my anger become information, not destruction. Let my passion become purpose, not chaos. Let my movement be intentional, not reactive. Let my choices reflect the truth of who I am becoming. Cleanse my fire of fear. Cleanse my fire of doubt. Cleanse my fire of every battle that is not mine. And return my energy to my own path. Teach my hands to take aligned action. Teach my heart to choose brave decisions. Teach my mind to see clearly. Teach my spirit to stand firm. May every flame within me burn clean. May every step I take be guided. May every boundary I set be honored. May every battle I fight be mine, and mine alone. I honor the warrior within. I honor the courage that rises in me. I honor the fire that protects my destiny. And I walk boldly in the power that was placed inside me. This is the Martian Charge Ritual, a simple but powerful way to reset your energy and reclaim the battles that belong to you and release the ones that do not. For this ritual, you will need a red candle or a red tea light, a small bowl of water, a piece of paper, and a pen. Begin by taking a slow breath and identifying one battle you are ready to stop fighting. One situation, one responsibility, one conflict, one emotional burden that no longer serves your growth. Write it down on the paper in a single sentence. Keep it clear and honest. Hold the paper above the flame of the red candle. Do not burn it. Just let the heat warm the paper while you say these words. I return this battle to where it belongs. Then lower the edge of the paper into the bowl of water. Let the water cool the heat and neutralize the energy. Once the paper is wet at the edges, tear it into small pieces. Feel the release as you separate yourself from what you no longer choose to carry. When you are finished, say these words. My fire belongs to my purpose, not my past. Sit with yourself for a moment and let your spirit settle. The ritual is complete. Your energy has been reset. Your fire has been redirected, and your path is clear. Mars energy shows up powerfully in the tarot, and when you understand its symbols, you begin to see where your courage is rising and where your boundaries need strengthening. The Tower is the purest expression of Mars. It is the moment when everything false falls away. It is sudden clarity, sharp truth, and divine intervention that clears the path. The Tower is not destruction for the sake of chaos. It is destruction for the sake of alignment. The Emperor also carries a strong Martian vibration. He represents sovereignty, discipline, structure, and the authority to govern your own life. When the Emperor appears, Mars is asking you to take command and to lead with confidence. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands show the fast, decisive movement of Mars. They are the energy of direct action, quick decisions, and fearless pursuit. When these knights appear, Mars is telling you that hesitation is the only real obstacle. The Five of Wands represents conflict, competition, and tension. This card reveals where your energy is being scattered or challenged. Mars uses this card to show you where you must stand your ground without losing your center. The Seven of Wands is the card of spiritual defense. It is the moment where you protect your position and hold your boundaries firm. When this card appears, Mars is reminding you that your ground is worth defending. These cards become powerful tools on Mars Day. Use them for courage, magic, protection rituals, boundary work, cord cutting, and any time you need to reclaim your fire. They help you understand where action is needed, where discipline is required, and where your spirit is calling you to rise. This is Mars in your tarot. Clear, focused, courageous, a flame that guides instead of burns. These sacred verses carry the energy of courage, protection, and spiritual authority. They align perfectly with the fire of Mars and remind you that your strength is supported by something greater than yourself. Psalm chapter 144, verse 1, King James Version. Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. This scripture affirms that your courage is guided, your instincts are trained, and your fire is sacred. Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17, King James Version. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. This is Mars energy at its highest vibration, the assurance that nothing created to harm you can overpower the protection placed around you. 2 Esdras chapter 8, verse 22 from the Apocrypha, whose service is continual warfare. This reminds you that the spiritual journey is not passive. It is an active partnership with the divine, and courage is part of your calling. Judges chapter 6, verse 12, King James Version. The Lord is with thee, thou mighty warrior. This verse acknowledges the warrior within you, not the fighter born of fear, but the warrior born of purpose. These scriptures strengthen your spirit, anchor your fire, and align your courage with divine order. They remind you that your battles are not fought alone, and your strength is not just physical, it is spiritual, ancestral, and divinely supported. You no longer move through life carrying battles that were never meant for you. You no longer shrink your fire to keep the peace. You no longer drain yourself fighting for people, situations, and patterns that do not honor your growth. Today, you stepped into the truth of Mars. You learned that courage is not force, it is clarity. That strength is not aggression, it is alignment. That fire does not just burn, it illuminates. And that the warrior within you is not wounded, but awakened. This is the fourth portal of the Thanksgiving Veneration. Saturn built your structure, the sun restored your power, the moon tuned your intuition, and Mars has now reignited your courage. As you leave this space, walk boldly, walk with intention, walk with boundaries that honor your spirit, walk with decisions that reflect your destiny, and walk with the understanding that your fire is sacred. I'm Mystique, your 1111 coach. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this message with another warrior on their path. And remember this, always. I love you with that agape kind of love.
Ayo, hold up. Before you dip out, let me talk to you real quick. This is DJ Jamal, and listen, if Mystique just lit that fire back in your spirit, don't walk away from this message like nothing shifted. You felt that. That was your courage waking up. That was Mars clearing your path. That was your ancestors standing up behind you saying, we've been waiting for this. And you already know this is just one part of the Thanksgiving Veneration lineup. So if you're ready to keep building that power, don't stop here. Slide over to the next Veneration portal and keep the momentum flowing. And if you really want to stay locked into this energy, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with somebody who's tired of fighting the wrong battles. They need this. You need this. We all rising together. Oh, and don't forget, the Seal song that goes with this lesson is live right now over at Hidden Hymns Archives. Go tap into that Mars frequency. Let that sound work on your spirit. Alright fam, stay focused, stay fiery, and stay aligned. DJ Jamal out.
Courage returning, I'm not the same.
I rise in sacred fire. My courage coming home. My spirit burns in clarity, and I stand in power alone. No more inherited battles, no more borrowed pain. I rise in sacred fire, and I walk in strength again.
Every shadow I release made room for something true.